I love the Underground a lot. One of the things I love about it are all the disused and abandoned stations that there are in London. I've read a lot of information over the years on the internet about where the abandoned stations are. Some of it was conflicting, some of it seemed incomplete. There are obviously many books that you can buy on the subject. Sometimes I would be out on a train and I would, in the darkness of a window, you're in a tunnel, you notice that something changes. Normally there's a flat tunnel wall, there are cables, and suddenly you see like a brick pattern and you think, oh, is that a bricked up station? Is that an old station? And I realised that it was, but of course you're underground in a tunnel, you can't get online and you can't go to your bookshelf at home, and I suddenly thought I want to have all the disused station information on an app, because I'll have it on my phone or my iPad as I have here, and you'd have it in your pocket. And so myself and my colleague, we created the Disused Tube app. We list 49 stations. There's a sort of an argument as to how you classify an abandoned station, but we made a database and we put it into an app. There's a nice map as well that shows you where all the abandoned stations are. It's interesting. It's impossible to give a definitive number as to how many abandoned stations there are, because it depends on how you classify them. Some stations have been literally demolished and there are no remains. Some there are a little remains, literally like a concrete block or a plinth. Some modern day stations have been built on the site of an old station, so in fact they've been upgraded. And some are still there, perfectly preserved underground, old platforms, old tunnels, dust on walls, which you can touch with your fingers, and they are still down there, but with no trains running through them. So it depends on how you do classify a disused tube station. There's also an odd category where London Underground services used to run to some national rail stations, and it used to appear on the tube map, and those stations are still there today. So technically, are they abandoned underground stations because they're no longer served by tube trains? So yeah, that's a tricky one as to how you define it. But we have it all in an app. It shows you on a map where it is. There's a couple of walking tours in here, so that there's a suggestion that if you have 2 hours one afternoon, then it actually takes you on a guided tour and it shows you in London. There are some that are more well known than others, all of which I think is probably the most well known abandoned station. The London Transport Museum do tours, they sell tickets. There are others less well known, such as King William Street and Brompton Road, York Road, and all these places. I love it when you're walking on a bus or cycling in London and you pass what looks like an old tube station. A lot of them have got that famous terracotta red colour tilework on the outside, and people go, oh, is that an old tube station? And I go, yes it is, it's in my app here, and you tap and it brings up the information and a little audio guide and a map. So it's just very handy and cool, just being able to reference where all these abandoned stations are. So you should buy the app.